What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here with our OTC Saturday video. This is going to be kind of a theme on marijuana mergers and manipulation. First, we're going to kind of get into the mergers. First is a play that we have not mentioned before. And before I do get into this play, I just want to bring something up here. We are going to see some turbulence in the markets. I know the market's been up. Now we have the call for Joe Biden as President of the United States. I am convinced that this is not over yet, and there is going to be some tug-of-war going on between Trump and Biden, and this is not over yet. Just like the art of war, Sun Tzu, Trump has stepped back. In my opinion, I've seen just tremendous amounts of voter fraud. And I don't get political on this channel, but I've seen tremendous amounts of voter fraud, videos of people filling in ballots, people crumpling, throwing away ballots, areas where they're not letting one side into the registration room or the counting room, where only one particular party is in the room, the other side is left out, putting cardboard over windows. Just things that are, and also I'm a numbers guy, and when you see statistical anomalies happening in multiple states, that is not only improbable but practically impossible. So I don't care who wins the election. Let me be honest with you. I'm going to get mine either way, and we're going to get ours either way. But I don't believe this is over with. There's litigation in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, and a couple other states. Seems kind of just peculiar to me that the voting registration and the vote counts were normal and consistent with prior years in states that were either red or blue. But the swing states, the voter count was really high, especially somewhere like Wisconsin, where almost 89 to 90% of the registered voters came out to vote. I don't buy that, and I hope anybody with integrity does not buy that. I'm not trying to make any type of claim here. I'm just going off of what my eyes tell me, and my lying eyes are not liars, if you know what I'm saying. Don't go with what you hear, go with what you see. And don't let the media tell you certain things. Go with what your eyes tell you. Go with what you see, and go with what your gut tells you. I'm telling you, this is not over, and we are going to see some turbulence. So you want to be a little bit more in cash than normal. You want to be a little more cautious going forward over probably the next 2 or 3 months. I hope, being that this is usually the hot time in the market, I hope this doesn't put, a damper on this. I really hope it doesn't. But I do think there's going to be some turbulence. The good thing is we're dealing in OTC markets. These typically don't get affected very much by the geopolitical events and the domestic political events that are going on in this country. So the fact of the matter is we're still going to be able to take advantage of a lot of good plays in the markets. First stock that we are going to be talking about is ATVK. This is Ameritech Ventures. This stock closed at 0.0086, so under a penny on Friday. This thing was up 18%. This company is a manufacturer of fiber preforms used for optical fiber cables, and this is used in the telecom industry to transmit large amounts of data to and from communication towers for the internet, cable TV, and telephone industries. There is a custodialship hearing. It's easy to say, isn't it? A custodialship hearing, and this will be on Monday, November 9th. The former CEO resigned, and Sean Passley is acquiring this shell. And this creates massive potential for a reverse merger with companies he's CEO with, either EPAS.net or EPAS Inc. or Xenadrone Inc. That's EPAZ or ZENA. We've seen what reverse mergers can produce as far as stocks. We've seen INNO go from a sub penny, shoot all the way up above 18 cents, which is an absolutely massive gain. This stock being a sub penny can gain some traction. This had a run the other day, kind of pulled back a little bit, held more than half of its gains, which is a very positive when you get these sub penny OTC stocks. That shows strength, and I do anticipate a hard run on Monday, and then any news of any type of merger from Sean Pasley's companies, either EPAS Inc. or Xenodrone, with this Ameritech Holding or Ventures. This could be huge for this company and pop this into the 2-3 cent range, if not better. So I would definitely keep a very close eye on ATVK going into tomorrow and a few days into next week, maybe even further than that. The second company is a company that we talked about 2 weeks ago on this. This is Cerebane Biotech, CBBT. If you want the scoop on this company, take a look at that video a couple weeks ago, the OTC Saturday video. The merger with PKG. The merger with PKG is coming closer and nearing. So I do anticipate this stock running as well. So the two merger stocks I really want to take a look at, again, are ATVK and CBBT. Keep both of these stocks on your radar. ATVK a little shorter term, closer, because they're having the hearing the day after tomorrow on Monday morning, and CBBT, once we hear news of this merger, this stock is going to take off. I'm almost positive of that. So these are two stocks that you definitely want to keep on your radar and keep a good keep a good eye out for them. Two other stocks that we're going to be taking a look at. The first one is MJNA, medical marijuana. The cannabis industry sector has been on fire the last week or so. Some of these stocks have been taking off, and I'm going to have a little bit of a marijuana special, cannabis special, as far as some of my favorite cannabis stocks that I'm going to be looking at over the next few weeks, maybe the next few months. We're either going to have that out sometime tonight, tomorrow, or Monday, one of those 3 days. I really want to put something together on my favorite cannabis stocks. Right now in the OTC market, one of my favorites is medical marijuana. This company closed on Friday at 0.0244, so shade under 2.5 cents. They were up 75% or just a shade under 75% on Friday. This is a cannabis company with 3 distinct business units: Canaway Inc., Hemp Meds, and it is partners with one of my favorite cannabis companies, and AXIM Biotechnologies, and the AXIM Biotechnologies is linked up with Canaway. They just released through their subsidiary Canaway that they have a cannabinoid isolate products. They're now putting these products out. This is in a hot sector right now that's starting to run. They've put out some news. They have a lot of ties with other companies that are pretty decent companies. So I do expect MJNA to continue to run. They also had a very nice first green day, very strong first green day, high volume, 75% gains. So I do anticipate this run to possibly continue. And also a few months back, they did have a nice multi-day run where this thing ran for quite a few days and ran quite a bit. So MJNA, I want you to keep that on your radar for Monday and going into the week for a multiple day run. Now this thing could pull back a little bit after tomorrow. I think Monday this thing is going to push up. It may pull back, but I think it's still going to run because the sector is hot. So this thing does have macro and micro positives going for it. Hot sector. They just came out with some news on the 29th of October. So I do think this company can continue. The third company we're talking about is going to be a company that I called out and talked about quite some time ago. This is AXIM Biotechnologies, AXIM. They closed on Friday at 0.4851, so a little over 48.5 cents. They were up 3% on Friday. This company is involved in the cannabis industry with Canaway, and when I put the target out on these guys, put the call out on these guys, they were only about 26 cents. I called them out at about 40 cents, and then the following day, I think they closed at about 80 cents, and then the following day they ran all the way up to $1.44. This is a vertically integrated research and development company focused on changing the diagnosis and treatment for oncology and for the election infection for the C19. These guys have rapid antibody tests for the election infection, and that was the, when I call these guys out, that's when they came out with that rapid antibody test, and it just blew this company up. They also have the first face mask to capture the election infection, the SARS C19, in the mask. So they have some really good products out here for this. I don't think the election infection is going away anytime soon, and I think this is a company to keep an eye on. This is more, in my opinion, of a little bit of a longer term hold. They don't have any immediate catalysts that, I know they came out with that first face mask to capture the disease just about a week or two ago. But there's no immediate catalyst right now, except for the fact that they're in a hot sector on two fronts. They're dealing with cannabis, and they're also dealing with the election infection. So this thing has kind of a double macro catalyst, and I really like AXIM Biotechnologies, AXIM, for a swing trade maybe for the next couple months. The three stocks that I mentioned that I haven't brought up in a while, this is ATVK, MJNA, AXIM, and the one I brought up 2 weeks ago, CBBT. Now, two stocks we're going to be talking about are stocks I talked about, I believe it was last night, and that's DSGT and OPTI. These are two stocks that we're also watching next week. They both have catalysts coming up. DSGT has their conference call coming up on a week from Monday, and OPTI does have their earnings release, their 10Q coming out. I believe it should be Friday or before. And I also, told you about that there could be some revelations coming out about their partners, who they're working with. One thing about OPTI, this company, I believe it was on the day they came out with the news, which was Thursday, they had 223,403,044 short contracts put on this ticker. That's a whopping 45% of the entire volume was short. The following day on Friday, they had 84,494,586 shorts, which is 48%. This company has whopping massive shorts, and this will cause a massive short squeeze if any announcements or any details of this $2 billion deal come to surface and this thing starts to run. If this thing comes, if they drop news like this, which if they were smart, they drop this thing pre-market on Monday, trap these shorts, get them shaking, get them moving. And if this thing can start squeezing these shorts, we literally can see this thing pop to 25 cents. Is that probable? I don't know. It can at least easily go to 10 or 15 cents with a massive short squeeze like this. We're talking massive shorts. As long as this company turns off that dilution faucet, which they don't have very many more shares to short, they're almost capped out, and that's good news for anybody holding the stock, because that means we're going to have an organic pop if the news comes out. There's going to be no dilution on top of it, which will cause a lot of buying if they come out with this news. And the fact that these shorts have to cover will absolutely squeeze this stock and make it fly. So that's just a massive amount of shorts. Thursday, 223.5 million shorts, and then almost 84.5 million shorts on Friday. That's massive amount of shorting on this stock. DSGT is a stock that I think is going to run up into the conference call. So again, we're going to be watching also OPTI and DSGT, and that's why I wanted to talk about the manipulation. These market makers and these shorts are holding OPTI down. I see a lot of things, a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of people on the internet talking about this contract's fake. This contract is not fake. You are not going to put out an 8K, file it with the Securities Exchange Commission, and have this thing fake. There's jail time involved with that. You could go to jail for that. So I don't think that this CEO is willing to overselling some shares end up in jail for 4 or 5 years. And I also don't think Harrington or Ojeda would be involved in a shell scam. These guys do have products. If you don't believe it, go to the website and order something. You prove to yourself right there that you're going to get an IWAND. And I hear people say, well, you can get it cheaper elsewhere. That's not the case. These IWANDs are $99. The similar products I've seen on Amazon and different things like that are anywhere from $99 to $119 to $149. So they're very competitive as far as with similar products. Am I saying this is the best company in the world? Absolutely not. They wouldn't be 6 cents or 5.5 cents if they were the best company in the world. Do I think they're going over $1? No time soon. I wouldn't say. I'm not that optimistic about this company, but I am optimistic about it as far as saying this company could hit 35, 40 cents before the end of the year. I said that in my August video when I said this may be one of the best plays for the remainder of 2020. I still stand by that. There's been a lot of rocky times with that. They had some dilution, which really turns me off to a company. I do not like when a company comes out with a press release and then pours shares on top of your head. That really rubs me the wrong way. But the fact of the matter is that faucet has almost run out of water. They don't have very many shorts left, shorts. They don't have very many shares to dilute left. There's massive, massive, massive shorts in this company, which could cause a massive squeeze. Better than any pumper, better than anything in the world to get a stock flying and going parabolic is shorts. When you trap these shorts and they have to buy back and it causes just a steamroll of buying, that's the best pump you're going to get in a stock. So that's all I got for you as far as OTC Saturday. Again, I'm going to be putting together some of my favorite cannabis stocks, put out something with that. We will have our watch list tomorrow night. And as always, please like, please share, please subscribe to the video. Any comments or questions, put them in the comment section below. Any stocks you want me to take a look at, please put them in the comment section below. And as always, let's get that money, traders.